I was set up to fail when looking for a job. Maybe you were too. And I want to share with you what I went through so you can learn from my experience. So now, to address how I was set up, we need answers to three questions. Now, these are simple questions, but without the answers, you honestly won't understand how I was set up to fail. So now the first question, where do you learn how to find a job? Is it at home? Is it at school? Is it at the church? Like, where do you learn this? Second question, who teaches you how to find a job? Is it your parents, your teachers, coaches, pastor, ministers, deacons, etc.? Okay. And then the final question is, do you know what skills you need to find a job? So think about the three questions I just asked. Where do you learn to find a job? Who teaches you how to find a job? And do you know what skills are needed to find a job? If you have ever felt lost when looking for a job, now you know why. Because you're expected to grow up, go to school, graduate, go to college, graduate, get jobs, and no one is showing you, is telling you how to get a job. It's almost like you're expected to just know it. And that is not true. That is one of the reasons why getting a job is so difficult when you're young and when you're older, because you still don't know what to do. And that's scary. That is scary. So there's three key skills that you're going to have to focus on. That's going to help you to understand what's required of you when looking for a job. You have the essential soft skills, you have the general hard skills, and then you have industry specific skills. So when we talk about these essential soft skills, what are we talking about? We're talking about communication, we're talking about teamwork, we're talking about problem solving, critical thinking, and time management skills. That's what we talk about when you hear essential soft skills. Because no matter what job you work in, you're going to have to communicate, right? Like, come on, you're going to have to talk to someone, write someone, something. Okay, it's just part of the process. You're going to have to work with people, teamwork, collaborate. You're going to have to problem solve. Problems appear. Somebody has to work them out. Guess what? You get paid to do that. Critical thinking. You're going to have to think critically. Something's going to come up that's going to require you to think through the problem and then come up with the solution. And then how are you managing your time? Now, let me be very clear about this. When I say your time, I'm talking about your time on the job. You're getting paid for that time. So are you someone who manages that time effectively? Are you productive with your time? So keep that in mind. Mind you, no one talks to you about this stuff to help you understand how it ties in to getting a job. Let me be very honest with you. I don't know about you, but when I was going through school in the early years, especially middle and high school, I didn't care about English. I didn't care about math. There's a lot of subjects I really didn't care about. As an adult, it's like, oh my goodness. Whew, I should have focused more in those areas. Why? Because when I did get a job and they asked me to write, I was like, oh, I hate this. But I had to learn how to write, and I had to write better. I had to improve. If I had just gave the effort in high school, I would have been further along in my writing ability. I mean, I'm fine, been fine over 30 something years now, but still, I didn't see the benefit of those essential soft skills. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't make the connection to the job market. Then you got these general hard skills. Now, they're very simple. Computer skills, analytical skills, the ability to adapt, and customer service. Okay? Come on, computer skills. It's everywhere. Like, you're going to use a computer. Heck, you have one in your pocket. It's called a phone. Then you have the analytical skills. This is becoming more and more important because we have so much data around us, and someone's going to have to analyze that data and then come up with ideas, concepts, or identify patterns to come up with those ideas and concepts. And then you have the ability to be adaptable. I think that is probably my strongest asset, is the ability to adapt. That's just what I know. Throw me in any environment, I'll adapt easily. That's just who I am. And then customer service. Customer service, you deal with that every day, all day when you're interacting with people. So don't ever think customer service is just retail related. It is everywhere. Then finally, you have the industry specific skills. So whatever job you want an industry in, they have skills that you need to acquire to be successful in that industry. So you need to know, what are those skills? It's not just skills, it's knowledge as well. So essential, soft skills, general, hard skills, and industry specific skills. Who taught you about these things? Who helped you to understand how these things connect to a job? Come on, hurry up. No one, right? Let's be honest. No one. This is stuff you learn the hard way. Why do we have to learn the hard way? Why not just have it where we all learn this stuff so we can get off to a good start when it comes to getting a freaking job? Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. So let me leave you with a couple of thoughts, because this is important. Like, this is the part where I'm going to really, well, I might as well say it the way I want to say it, rock your world. Because if you have those essential soft skills, if you have those general hard skills, if you have those industry specific skills, right? I'm not saying you have to be proficient in it, but let's just say you're entry level, then you're going to have to figure out how to market and monetize your knowledge, your training, your education, your experience, and your skills. This is one of the areas where I find people are weak, is you have everything you need on paper, but for some reason you have a difficult time explaining why someone should hire you and not the other person. I'm sorry, you have to get good at this. People always tell me, I'm not a salesperson, Sean. I can't sell. Well, then how are you going to work if you can't sell? You have to sell yourself. And there's a way to do it without selling. That's a whole nother training, but we're not going to touch that right now. So no one taught me how to get a job. I doubt if anyone taught you how to get a job. And the last thing I'm going to say, which is scary, but it needs to be said. There are hundreds of thousands of people graduating college every year, and many of them do not have a clue how to get a job. Scary, very scary. You invest a lot of time and money, you get this degree, and you don't know how to get a job. You don't know how to properly present the best you. You don't know how to interview properly. You don't know how to close the deal and get the job. Scary. I see this every day. You should not be in a position where you do not know how to get a job and what it takes to get a job. Luckily for you, I'm here now. And I'm going to walk you through some stuff that's going to help you to be better prepared to get that job that I know you deserve. In the next video, I'm going to cover the number one mistake you should not make when you're interviewing. Ooh, it's a doozy.